Good evening and welcome to A Walk with Tilly from a slightly cooler central Portugal this evening. I think the weather has turned. There's a definite autumnal feel today. I apologise for the noise, but I'm walking along beside the road for a little bit before I turn back inland again. Just a quick update. My thoughts on our premiere. She's broken cover. She appeared on local news radio stations this morning. I think 8 of them. 5 minutes each through the BBC. We'll get on to what the interview said in a minute, but firstly I think that was a slip up. She's obviously been avoiding media scrutiny, I think is the politest way of putting it, but basically keeping her head down. However, someone advised her, and I heard today that one of her key advisors for media, Tilly, this way, come on, good girl, come on Till, good girl, this way, good girl, was actually one of Prince Andrew's media advisors, which seems an odd call to make, but there we go, considering the circumstances. Anyway, she has essentially broken cover, gone out, done these interviews on the BBC, and it's pretty shocking. She is all over the shop. Really not. There's not coherent answers coming. She's not planned for it. There were pretty big pauses, and they weren't done for dramatic effect or to draw out to avoid getting more conversations. They were thinking time. You could hear the cogs whirring. I mean, essentially it was put to her that as she boasted about being forced to save the British energy user from certain doom of £6,000 bills. Someone turned it around and said, yeah, but literally the direct actions that you has taken has had a direct effect on the interest rates that mean that people's mortgages in a lot of instances will exceed the savings they've made by the subsidy that you've put on their energy bills, which they've got to pay for in the long term anyway. I mean, it's just beyond a joke. Anyway, it didn't go well, I think we can safely say, but I am now pretty convinced that this is not about the superficial disaster of what's going on. I think they planned to get away with it a bit better than they did, and failed. I don't think they thought it was going to be such a dramatic effect, but an effect nonetheless. And the idea was then to balance the budget by absolutely slashing public spending. So get ready, because if they manage to ride it out for another 6 or 8 weeks, I can't remember, 23rd of November, I think there is a budget. Mr. Kwarteng has announced, I think it's 6 or 8 weeks. They are going to absolutely rip public spending to pieces. Benefits, NHS, everything. No option. If they want to balance the books, no option. And that will be the cover. There's a book that they were all that little group have been contributors, they wrote, called Britannia Unchained. I've read excerpts. Tilly! Come on, good girl! Tilly! I've read excerpts, but I just can't face giving them the money to buy it. I think they did want about 30 quid for it, but I think it's still 16 quid, which is just outrageous. When I get back to the library, I'll go to the library and see if I can get it out on loan for free and have a read. But from the excerpts I've read, this is basically exactly what they want to do. Just absolutely, yeah. I mean, they've said what they think in there, that British workers are lazy and pay too much and don't work hard enough and benefits are too high, and the NHS shouldn't actually... Tilly, come on, this way, come on, good girl, no, come on. Oh dear, my dog's got something dead. Okay, speak to you soon.